The macroeconomic environment is accelerating into a state of complexity, challenging traditional business models. Organizations are seeking digital transformation to maintain their market position. This is the World Uncertainty Index, tracking global economic instability. The data shows a geometric increase in unpredictability over 30 years. Significant market shocks from the 2002 attacks to Brexit have become more frequent, representing a permanent shift toward high volatility. In response, enterprise organizations have made digital transformation their top strategic priority, moving it from a secondary IT concern to a primary requirement for survival. High market volatility makes rigid legacy systems a liability. Leaders are seeking digital agility to ensure their organizations can respond to shifts in real time. Despite record levels of investment, a significant portion of digital transformation efforts fail to deliver their expected business value. Many initiatives fall short because they prioritize the procurement of tools over the strategy behind them. This gap between investment and results comes from a misunderstanding of two distinct states: operational readiness and mindset readiness. Operational readiness refers to the procurement of digital infrastructure. It includes moving to the cloud, collecting data, and integrating artificial intelligence into existing workflows. Focusing exclusively on operational readiness often results in digitizing outdated processes. The business remains fundamentally the same, only operating on a faster technological layer. Mindset readiness represents a paradigm shift. It centers the transformation on a deep understanding of what the customer actually craves and needs. This mindset requires leaders to evaluate the business based on the value it creates for the user, regardless of the current mechanical or physical operations. New technology only gains strategic value when it follows a shift in perspective. The most successful transformations begin with the identification of a raw customer need. Understanding the current digital landscape requires a review of how value creation has evolved over time. The industrial economy was defined by shifting atoms. Value was tied to manufacturing physical products, and organizational success depended on optimizing the efficiency of that physical output. The information economy shifted the focus to making bits. In this era, data and information became independent assets that often proved more valuable than physical goods. Today, the digital economy relies on the synthesis of both, strategically connecting physical atoms to digital bits to solve customer problems. This synthesis is often achieved through platform thinking. A platform provides the digital environment and tools that allow others to conduct their business more effectively. Creating a valuable platform requires an audit of the specific friction points a customer faces. The platform exists only to remove those barriers through digital connection. Airbnb serves as a clear proof of concept for the idea that mindset must precede technology. The founders of Airbnb began their journey by observing human behavior and social needs, long before they wrote their first lines of production code. They identified a specific logical node. Travelers crave an authentic local experience that hotels are unable to provide. They identified a second node. Homeowners possess an underutilized physical asset, their extra space, and have a need for additional capital. The platform itself acts as the connector. It bridges the physical bedroom to the digital booking, creating a marketplace for that exchange. The technology was just a tool built specifically to facilitate a solution that the founders had already imagined. Airbnb's multi-billion-dollar valuation is the direct result of mapping an unutilized atom to a digital need. This underlying structural logic is the primary driver of value, regardless of the specific code used to build it. Moving from theory to execution requires a framework. There are 5 specific vectors within an enterprise where leaders can apply a digital mindset. This graphic identifies the core opportunities: customer experience, process, business model, value chain, and culture. Transforming the business model, as shown here, often involves moving toward digital networks. This includes adopting direct-to-consumer pipelines, on-demand services, and micropayment systems. Focusing on the process pillar requires agility. Organizations must move away from rigid requirements and prioritize collaboration and rapid iteration throughout the entire company. Deciding exactly where to start a transformation can be difficult, but the most effective strategy is often counterintuitive. As the research indicates, the greatest benefits often come from transforming the areas where the organization is currently the weakest. Success requires an objective audit of these 5 pillars to identify true vulnerabilities before investing in any specific software solution. We can test this framework against a common enterprise decision to distinguish between a simple IT upgrade and a strategic transformation. Consider this. Is deploying artificial intelligence for customer recommendations an example of operational or mindset readiness? The correct answer relies entirely on the sequence of the decision. Deploying AI simply to test a new technology without reference to a customer need is a purely operational move. It rarely leads to a transformative business outcome. If the deployment follows a documented desire from customers for better recommendations, it reflects a digital mindset. The intent behind a technology purchase determines its value. Genuine business pivots require the customer need to lead the technology choice. Digital transformation operates as a continuous cycle of adjustment. Successful organizations treat it as a permanent operational state rather than a static milestone. The cycle begins with the customer need, which informs the mindset of the leadership team. This mindset dictates the solution design, which finally determines the software and engineering required for operational readiness. Data from the deployment feeds into a process of agile iteration, leading to an even deeper understanding of the customer's needs and starting the cycle again. Technology functions as a lever to multiply the impact of a solution. The solution itself must exist within the organizational strategy first. Business leaders must move beyond simply digitizing old processes. True transformation requires reimagining how an organization connects atoms to bits